If you think celebrity romance has run out of surprises, stop right there. Because what's happening between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce right now is no longer just a love story. It's a cultural moment in motion. Stay with this story until the end, because there's one detail quietly emerging that changes how this relationship is being remembered. And before we go further, drop your take in the comments right now. Do you believe this is real love, or the most iconic pop culture era of our time unfolding in real time? It all began with something so small it almost didn't matter. A superstar NFL tight end attends the biggest concert tour in the world. He tries to give a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it. He doesn't succeed. No grand gesture. No viral confession. And yet, that missed connection became the spark for one of the most talked about romances of the decade. Within weeks, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce went from separate universes to the center of global headlines. Every appearance became news. Every smile was analyzed. Every lyric Taylor sang felt suddenly more personal. Cameras caught her in luxury suites at Arrowhead Stadium, cheering with genuine emotion. Travis, known for his intensity on the field, appeared calmer, more open, almost disarmed. The narrative shifted fast. Search engines exploded with phrases like Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce relationship, Taylor Swift NFL games, and Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift, each hitting massive global search volume week after week. Then came the tension. Public curiosity turned into speculation. Was this a phase? A PR moment? Or something real? Analysts dissected body language. Fans tracked flights. Sports commentators suddenly became pop culture analysts. And still, the story didn't burn out. Instead, it deepened. NFL ratings spiked when Taylor was in attendance. Travis Kelce jersey sales surged. Taylor Swift's catalog climbed streaming charts again. Brands adjusted strategies. This was no longer gossip. It was an ecosystem. Midway through this unfolding romance, something unexpected surfaced. A report that initially sounded like a soft rumor quietly gained confirmation across publishing circles. A children's book inspired by the love story of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is now in development. Not a biography, not a tell-all, but a story crafted for young readers, built around themes of courage, self-expression, and finding connection across different worlds: music and sports, creativity and discipline. Pause here. Shift the tempo. Zoom in. Why a children's book? Why now? According to industry insiders, this relationship has taken on a rare public image. Supportive, joyful, and emotionally visible without being chaotic. Early descriptions suggest fictional characters. A songwriter who communicates through stories and an athlete who learns to listen. Clearly symbolic, yet intentionally unnamed. The message is subtle but powerful. Love doesn't have to be loud to be strong. It has to be present. The reaction was immediate. Online searches for Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce children's book and Celebrity Love Story Kids book surged within hours. Parents weighed in. Educators noticed. Cultural commentators pointed out something unusual. This romance is being reframed not as spectacle, but as example. In an era dominated by breakups, scandals, and short attention spans, consistency became the twist no one saw coming. And this is where the payoff lands. Behind the scenes, sources close to both camps suggest the relationship has grown steadier under pressure, not weaker. No explosive interviews. No public meltdowns. Just alignment. Showing up. Supporting each other's worlds without overshadowing them. That quiet stability is exactly what transformed a missed friendship bracelet into a narrative powerful enough to cross generations. From stadium lights to storybook pages, this is no longer just a headline. It's a case study in how modern celebrity romance can evolve into cultural storytelling. A relationship that began with a small moment now echoes across music charts, sports broadcasts, publishing deals, and global conversation. So now it's your turn. Do you see Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as the defining love story of this era? Or just the opening chapter of something even bigger? Share your thoughts, stay locked in, and keep watching, because if there's one thing history keeps proving, this story isn't finished yet. And the story keeps unfolding in ways no one fully predicted. As the headlines continue to refresh almost daily, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce narrative has entered a phase of permanence. This is no longer the new couple cycle where interest spikes and fades. Instead, it has settled into something more durable, more layered, and more powerful in the public imagination. Media outlets are no longer asking if this relationship matters, but why it resonates so deeply across generations. What separates this romance from countless celebrity pairings before it is timing. Taylor Swift stands at a rare point in her career. commercially untouchable, culturally dominant, and artistically self-aware. Travis Kelce, meanwhile, is not just an elite NFL player but a media-savvy figure comfortable in front of microphones, cameras, and massive audiences. When these two worlds collided, the result wasn't chaos. It was alignment. Insiders close to the entertainment industry note that this relationship has quietly rewritten how celebrity couples are covered. There's less scandal hunting, fewer sources say controversies, and more observational storytelling. What they wear, where they show up, how they support one another without explanation. The absence of drama has paradoxically become the most compelling element. And then there's the symbolic weight of that children's book, still unreleased, still unnamed publicly, yet already doing cultural work. Publishing analysts describe it as a values-forward narrative, something that reflects modern ideals of partnership rather than fairy tale perfection. The mere existence of such a project signals a shift. Celebrity romance is no longer just aspirational for adults, but instructional in tone for younger audiences. Not in a preachy way, but in a reflective one. Pattern interrupt. Slow down for a second and look at what's happening beneath the surface. For years, celebrity relationships have been consumed as cautionary tales. Love stories that end in betrayal, exhaustion, or public implosion. Swift herself has lived through that cycle under relentless scrutiny. And yet, here she is now, part of a narrative that emphasizes steadiness over spectacle. That contrast is impossible to ignore, especially for longtime fans who have watched her grow up in real time. Sports media has also undergone a subtle transformation. NFL broadcasts now seamlessly blend athletic analysis with pop cultural awareness. Commentators reference Swift's presence without irony. Stadium crowds anticipate her reactions almost as much as touchdowns. For a league that has long struggled to expand its cultural footprint beyond traditional demographics, this crossover moment has been invaluable. Critics once warned that the hype would overshadow the game or the music or both. That hasn't happened. Instead, each sphere has amplified the other. Travis Kelce's performance on the field remains elite. Taylor Swift's artistic output continues to dominate charts. Neither has dimmed. If anything, the shared spotlight has sharpened their individual images. Mid-story teaser moment. Here's the part that hasn't fully surfaced yet, and when it does, it may redefine this entire saga. Multiple industry sources suggest that the influence of this relationship is already shaping future creative decisions. Not overt collaborations, not forced appearances, but thematic echoes. Ideas about partnership, presence, and mutual respect are reportedly finding their way into upcoming projects, marketing narratives, and brand alignments. Nothing flashy, nothing announced, just quiet recalibration. That's how cultural shifts usually happen, not with explosions but with subtle rewrites of expectation. The public response reflects that shift. Online discourse around Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is notably different from typical celebrity chatter. There's less cynicism, less countdown to breakup energy, more curiosity about longevity, more language around balance, support, and growth. Those are not common keywords in modern celebrity coverage, yet here they are, trending. From a news perspective, this makes the story unusually resilient. There is always another angle, another ripple, another data point confirming that this relationship has become a reference marker. When future celebrity couples emerge, comparisons will be inevitable. Not because of fame but because of tone. And that's where the true payoff lives. This isn't about perfection. It's about narrative maturity. A romance unfolding in public without being consumed by it. A story that began with a missed bracelet now serving as a blueprint for how visibility and privacy can coexist, at least partially, in the digital age. As the rumored children's book moves closer to release, expectations continue to rise. Not because people want gossip disguised as fiction, but because they recognize the symbolism. A love story deemed safe enough, stable enough, and meaningful enough to be reframed for young readers is rare, almost unheard of. That alone tells you how far this relationship has traveled from its origin point. From concert crowds to football stadiums. From viral clips to publishing meetings. From fleeting curiosity to cultural case study. And the headlines will keep coming. So the question isn't whether Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will remain newsworthy. The question is how this story will be remembered when the noise fades. As a fleeting crossover moment, or as the point where celebrity romance evolved into something quieter, deeper, and unexpectedly influential. And even as the coverage stretches on, the narrative refuses to cool down. What's happening now is a shift from spectacle to significance. Newsrooms that once treated this relationship as entertainment filler are beginning to frame it differently. Less as celebrity romance, more as a lens into how modern fame, intimacy, and public trust intersect. Editors are assigning long-form pieces. Analysts are tracking behavioral data. Cultural commentators are asking why this story, out of so many, continues to hold attention without relying on controversy. One answer lies in contrast. In a media climate driven by conflict, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce offer a storyline built on visible support. Taylor attending games without stealing the spotlight. Travis referencing her with pride but without overexposure. No cryptic subtweets. No strategic ambiguity. That restraint feels radical in 2025. Behind the scenes, sources in both the music and sports industries describe a mutual understanding that goes beyond romance. Schedules are coordinated quietly. Appearances are intentional, not reactive. When they show up together, it feels natural, not staged. That authenticity, whether carefully protected or genuinely organic, has become the relationship's most valuable currency. And the data backs it up. Search behavior shows sustained interest rather than spike-and-drop patterns. Social sentiment analysis reveals a higher-than-average ratio of positive engagement compared to other high-profile couples. Even traditionally skeptical demographics, sports-first audiences and longtime Swift critics, are engaging without irony. That kind of crossover approval is rare. Pattern interrupt. Pull back for a wider shot. This relationship emerged at a moment when audiences are exhausted by extremes. Too much drama feels manipulative. Too much perfection feels fake. What Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce present instead is something in between. Visible affection paired with boundaries. Enough access to feel real, enough privacy to feel grounded. That balance is precisely why the children's book storyline resonated so quickly. According to publishing insiders, the project is being positioned not as celebrity merchandise, but as a values-driven story that stands on its own. The characters are not famous. The world is not glamorous. The emphasis is on listening, encouragement, and showing up, even when your lives look different. That framing matters. It signals an intentional step away from idolization and toward relatability. Educators and parents who caught early wind of the project have pointed out something subtle but important. Children's media rarely reflects modern relationships built on mutual respect without hierarchy. This story attempts to do exactly that. And whether or not Taylor or Travis are directly involved creatively, their public image has made the concept credible. As a news item, this development carries unusual weight. Celebrity influence typically moves from adults to children through branding, not storytelling. Here, the influence is narrative first. That's why coverage has expanded beyond entertainment desks into lifestyle, education, and even psychology columns. Meanwhile, both Taylor and Travis continue to operate at peak professional levels. Taylor Swift's catalog remains dominant across streaming platforms, with renewed interest in earlier albums as fans reinterpret old lyrics through a new emotional lens. Travis Kelce continues to perform at an elite level, shutting down critics who once claimed the spotlight would become a distraction. Instead, the attention seems to have sharpened focus rather than diluted it. That dual success reinforces the central theme of the story: partnership without sacrifice. Mid-story tension returns here, not because of conflict, but because of expectation. The public is no longer asking what's next in a tabloid sense. They're asking what this relationship represents long-term. Is it a turning point? An exception? Or the beginning of a broader shift in how high-profile relationships are lived and consumed? Some cultural theorists argue that this moment reflects a generational recalibration. Younger audiences, raised amid constant visibility, are now craving examples of sustainability rather than intensity. In that context, the Taylor-Travis narrative feels less like fantasy and more like a prototype. And that's a heavy role for any couple to occupy, especially one under constant observation. Yet so far the story holds. No sudden pivots. No dramatic reversals. Just continuity. That continuity is exactly what keeps the headlines alive. Each week without implosion becomes news in itself. Each quiet appearance becomes evidence. Each small gesture, a glance, a mention, a shared laugh, gets amplified because it reinforces a pattern rather than breaking one. As the rumored book edges closer to official announcement, expectations continue to build. Not because people want confirmation of fairy tale endings, but because they sense something rarer. A public love story aging gracefully in real time. And that's the final payoff of this ongoing news cycle. What began as a missed connection at a concert has evolved into a sustained cultural narrative about balance, presence, and modern partnership. A story that refuses to burn out because it never relied on flames to begin with. So as headlines continue to roll in, one truth becomes harder to ignore. This isn't just a relationship being watched. It's a relationship being learned from. And in today's media landscape, that might be the most unexpected development of all. And the longer this story runs, the clearer its shape becomes. At this stage, coverage around Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce has entered what media theorists quietly call the legacy phase, even though the relationship itself is still unfolding. This is the moment when a narrative stops being reactive and starts being referenced. New celebrity couples are already being compared to them. Commentators invoke their names as shorthand for balance, crossover appeal, and emotional visibility without chaos. That doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen quickly. What's especially striking is how little effort appears to be spent maintaining the storyline. There are no forced exclusives, no carefully timed paparazzi walks, no dramatic social media breadcrumbs. In an economy that rewards constant stimulation, the absence of obvious manipulation has become the loudest signal of all. The story moves forward because people keep watching, not because it demands attention but because it earns it. From a news perspective, this creates an unusual dynamic. Editors can't rely on shock value, so they lean into context. Articles zoom out instead of in. They explore ripple effects, how a pop icon's presence subtly reshaped NFL broadcasts, how a football star's calm confidence translated into mainstream relatability, how two fan bases once thought incompatible now overlap with ease. Pattern interrupt. Zoom out even further. This relationship arrived during a period of cultural fatigue. Audiences are tired of extremes, too much drama, too much irony, too much collapse. In that environment, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce didn't present an escape from reality, but a softer version of it. One where ambition and affection coexist. Where success doesn't require emotional isolation. That framing resonates deeply, especially with audiences navigating their own high-pressure lives. That resonance explains why the children's book storyline refuses to fade. In publishing circles, it's being discussed less as a novelty and more as a signal. The signal being this: stories inspired by real-world figures no longer have to glamorize struggle to feel meaningful. They can normalize steadiness. They can portray love as something practiced, not performed. That shift alone marks a quiet evolution in how celebrity influence is translated for younger generations. Early descriptions continue to emphasize that the book avoids direct likenesses or explicit references. No stadiums. No sold-out tours. Just two characters learning how to support each other across different passions. That restraint is intentional and telling. It mirrors the public image that Taylor and Travis have cultivated without ever announcing it as a strategy. Meanwhile, the economic impact of the relationship continues to ripple outward. Merchandise spikes tied to Travis Kelce haven't normalized. They've stabilized at a higher baseline. Taylor Swift's streaming numbers show sustained elevation rather than short-term nostalgia bursts. Advertisers have taken note. Campaigns now reference themes of partnership and crossover appeal more frequently, even when neither Taylor nor Travis are directly involved. Influence doesn't always require presence. It often works best when it becomes atmospheric. Mid-story tension shifts here, because with permanence comes pressure. The longer a relationship resists implosion, the more the public projects onto it. Expectations grow heavier. Every quiet moment is scrutinized for meaning. Every absence sparks speculation. The narrative becomes less about what's happening and more about what might happen. That's the paradox of stability in a hypervisible world. It invites imagination precisely because there's no drama to consume. So far, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have navigated this phase with remarkable discipline. When they appear fully. When they disappear, they don't explain. That boundary setting has become part of the story itself. In an era where oversharing is often mistaken for authenticity, restraint reads as confidence. Cultural analysts point out that this may be the most influential aspect of the entire saga. Not the romance, not the fame, but the model of engagement. A model where public figures allow access without surrendering control. Where visibility doesn't equal vulnerability on demand. Where love exists alongside ambition without being consumed by it. Those ideas resonate far beyond celebrity culture. They echo in workplace conversations, relationship advice columns, and social media discourse about balance and burnout. And that's why this story keeps expanding instead of peaking. Each new development, no matter how small, adds another layer rather than replacing the last one. A game appearance doesn't override a concert moment. A book rumor doesn't erase a sideline smile. Everything stacks. Everything accumulates. The narrative grows deeper instead of louder. As news outlets continue to follow the thread, one conclusion becomes increasingly difficult to avoid. This is no longer a story driven by novelty. It's driven by coherence. From a missed friendship bracelet to a cross-industry cultural reference point. From viral curiosity to long-form analysis. From adult fascination to child-friendly storytelling metaphors. Very few celebrity romances survive that transition. Even fewer do it without reinvention, scandal, or collapse. And that's why the headlines haven't stopped. Not because something is about to explode, but because something is quietly holding together. So as this story continues to unfold, the real question isn't how it ends. It's what it leaves behind. A fleeting pop moment? Or a lasting example of how modern love, fame, and storytelling can intersect without burning each other down? For now, the answer remains unwritten. And that's exactly why the world keeps watching. Stay watching. Stay engaged. Because history has a way of revealing its meaning slowly, and this story is still writing itself.